Mr. Mound Coral is one of the many aquatic characters of Octonauts. He first appeared in Octonauts and the Great Barrier Reef, in the musical special singing about troubles on the reef. This male character was seen as a purple mound with green tentacles, who looks a little bit hostile, but Mr. Mound Coral is just concerned about protecting his space on the Great Barrier Reef. In real life, Mr. Mound Coral does exist, and he can be found around the world. According to ocean corals, like Mr. Mound Coral, are related to sea anemones because they share the same simple structure, called a polyp. This polyp is like an open tin can on one end. The open mouth is surrounded by a ring of stinging tentacles called nematocysts, and these structures help the coral capture tiny organisms for food. Specifically, Mr. Mound Coral is part of the favia-corals, which are massive, rounded or flat in appearance. Their septa are slightly wide and irregularly spaced, and they have paliform lobes that are poorly developed. Also, under the category of corals, there are large polyp stony corals with a stony skeleton and large fleshy polyps. Their stony structures are made mostly of calcium carbonate, which help them survive harsh conditions. These large polyp stony corals, also called LPS, have a coral sweeper tentacle that is several times longer than its longest feeding tentacle. It packs a powerful stinging nematocyst punch at the end, which is helpful to protect itself. Sometimes, this appendage is called sweepers since the corals sweep them back and forth to look for something to sting. The unlucky creatures in the vicinity may receive damage or be killed by the coral's sting. This tactic is one way for corals to secure their place on the reef and prevent themselves from being outcompeted by their neighbors. However, there is also a theory that corals release their sweepers as a sign of distress or stress relief. Corals may not have a brain, but this behavior is encoded in their genes for survival. In addition, corals that can be seen together in ocean habitats are called coral reefs. They provide a large part of the Earth's biodiversity, and they are sometimes called rainforests of the sea. Coral reefs provide nurseries for fishes so that they can grow. In these times, it is saddening that coral reefs are at risk of disappearance in some parts of the world because of climate change. It is in the hands of humans to help save these creatures survive and prosper. We have more videos like this, so make sure to like and subscribe to the channel. We'll see you at the next one.